Hello, everybody. Welcome back to GDK's own Wildspace, presenting these fantastic players. Welcome. We're going to have a fun time today. If you have been following us for a while, you will notice that two of us are in a new location, and it's because I am out of town, but I am in the same town as Travis. So we are playing from within the same room together, which is, if you're a streamer, a terrible idea, because our mics will pick each other up probably a lot. We're going to try our very best to keep one or the other of us muted at all times so you don't hear any. But if we mess up, forgive us. I'm going to be here for a bit, so next session will also be like this, but then we'll return to our regular quality for what it is. Let's see. We are down one player tonight. Lindsay is having some fantastically fun ISP problems, but we wish her well. And she probably will be in chat tonight, so talk with her and console her, because no one likes to deal with that sort of situation. But we have a lot of fantastic announcements. But you're just gonna have to, I'm just kidding. So one of the announcements is that we have a new website, which is kind of a way for you to quickly kind of parse through all our different projects that we have going on. The URL for that is ggk.smvi.co. It's a very clean site, very simple, gets you exactly what you need to know. So check that out. We're very excited about. We got a link in it in chat. So draw your peepers there for just a moment. I know it's hard to draw it away from us, but do your best and give it all clicky poo. Let's see. We also have this Thursday. No, there wasn't going to be a Tideful this Thursday. Anyway, I don't know what's going on this Thursday, but I think there's going to be some games going on this Thursday, probably of some kind. So just check in for that. This Saturday at 5:30 Eastern Time, we're going to have the continuation of Survivors Complex, and then next week at this same time at 8 o'clock Eastern Time will be Apocrypha. Jury's out on whether Tidefall's following that. It depends on the ISP problems, whether those get resolved. They should get resolved in time, but if you know how these things go, so just kind of keep an eye on our Twitter. I'm sure we'll announce it there. Or just keep hanging out with us in Twitch chat. Check out our YouTubes if you missed anything. It's all our URLs we got for /GGameKnights for all of them. So for YouTube and Twitch and Twitter as well. So, did anyone want to talk about anything? Anyone else got anything they want to kind of get out off their chests? What does that phrase come from? Like getting something off of your chest, what is that in reference to?
I don't know, maybe back in the old days they used to think there was a demon on your chest or your sin lived there or something.
I do have one announcement so we don't have to keep going down this train of stalling.
Etymology.
We do have another project that is going to be dropping soon. We announced on Saturday. We've had a podcast in the works for a little while now, and I think we've gotten to a polished enough state where I think it's going to be dropping in the next couple of weeks. We'll give a further announcement on that, but that is going to be hosted by myself along with Ryan, Savannah, and Lindsay, called Cyberscape.
Mm-hmm. And it is so good. So yeah, we've heard the first few edits, and we're very excited, just as a group, So let's see. I think that's everything. Yeah, it is. So let's see. does anyone want to recap of what happened last time? I will give you 2 plays of the game if you do.
I mean, I can
votes.
do a recap. Let's see. I could get into play-by-play detail, but we fought a big, giant, scary heckin' monster thing that also turned out to be one of Pace's ancestors, although their soul or their essence had been corrupted by some evil power. And the place we were fighting this was super fun, inside a ring of fire over a neutron star that was compelling about half of us to just walk off the edge and plummet into it. Fortunately, Pace's animal companion, Captain, did not succeed on their saves and is, for the time being, gone from this world. But, that will get handled later. But we narrowly managed to escape from defeating the monster. When we did, its soul, the good part of its soul, came out and Pace captured it like a Pokeball. So that's a thing that happened. She absorbed them into her tattoos, something like that. We found information on the station about what the heck happened, and then the station started trying to eat us. So we ran back to the ship, where we found a stowaway who was trying to get away, who told us more about what was going on the ship, including that Beatrix, a former knight of the Sisterhood that Gwen belongs to, is heading that way to probably wreak some nastiness with them. So we are heading off in hot pursuit, and that is where we left things off.
Excellent. All right. Well, okay. So you all are in space, hurtling away from the magnetar as the radiation and waves of magnetic energy just destroy matter behind you. But you managed to get away in the nick of time. And as you're cruising through space going, Vincent takes the drives up to FTL. What do you do?
So I believe, if I remember correctly, we got a bunch of computers from the station, and I believe Bolster would like to kind of set those up on a closed loop network and try and figure out what information is on them. Something not connected to the regular ship's computer, just in case. Just to be safe.
That is wise. No, I'm just kidding. Excellent. I muted you, by the way. Yeah, okay. So, give me an Arcana intelligence check, and we'll adjudicate that later, and then we'll move along to the rest of the party for right now. But go ahead and roll it. And we'll
All right. I rolled a 20.
Excellent. So you are working on the computers. I will resolve that in a bit. Let's go to Genevieve. Nope, that's a different game. What is your name in this game?
I don't know. What is it?
Wolfie, Gwendolyn.
It's me. I would like to sleep. Please. I have a point of exhaustion, and on a scale of 0 to 69, I'm feeling about an 8, health-wise.
Sure.
So I sleep.
Nice. All right, so you just go straight to your room, I imagine. Okay. All right. Let us go to Vincent.
Let's see. Getting us set on course for the Zephyr I almost said Sephiroth, but that's something else. Seraphis sector notices that course would take us by Space Florida. Again, the real name of which escapes me. Considers
it's Numora.
Numora. Thank you. Considers making a stop for Numora, but at the moment decides there are bigger fish to fry, more important matters to take care of. So sets the course to try and get us to the base of the Sisterhood as quickly as we can. Then after that, is also probably going to take a nap at some point, but is still okay to fly the ship for now. Gonna make sure that Gunner, our passenger, is all settled, because Pace went off to go resummon Captain. And so, while she had kind of taken point in intimidating him, Vincent is going to take a bit more of the good cop approach at this point.
Okay, so you'd like to talk to Gunner now?
Sure.
All right, let me get into character. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what this character is. All right, continue.
So, Gunner. That's not my accent. So, Gunner. That's not it either. I'll find it again.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't remember what mine was either, to be honest.
Yep. I know it hasn't been very long since we picked you up, and everyone here is still a little shaky. But now that Tall, Dark, and Scary is off doing her own thing, just wanted to check in, see how you're feeling. If you've given any thought on what you want to do at this point, whether you want to help us fight these space cultists, or you just want us to drop you off on a planet and make it so you never have to think about any of this again.
I don't know anything about the kind of things that you do. If you could drop me off, I think I would appreciate that. It sounds like what you're getting into is a bit fuzzy.
Yeah, understandable. Most smart people would make the call you're doing. I guess that makes us a big old bunch of dummies.
Well,
Yeah, you don't have to say it. Well, you know where the kitchen is. Kitty will fix you up with some grub if you need it. We got, spare bunk for you. Just don't go messing with any more of the wiring.
okay. Thanks.
Yeah, and, again, I know been an exciting day, but we'll probably talk again in the morning. See if, maybe you can't drum up any more memory of what the heck happened there. Anything you can tell us is potentially useful.
Yeah, I'll do what I can.
That's all anyone asks of you.
And I think probably also maybe after this conversation, maybe Bolster recruits Gunner in helping reclaim the data.
I was about to say, I think I would probably end up doing that.
Cool. Yeah. So that will happen for sure. You will work together on that. And we will, before one more thing, if Roshan, what would you like to do tonight?
I think I'm going to just do it once around with the 4 spell slots I have left, and heal anybody that needs it. Mostly RP, not that anybody really needs it, but and yeah, that's about all I can do right now. I don't have to prepare some spells to do some other things. So probably just sleep. Probably I see a scene of walking past Glenn's room and seeing that the door is closed and that it's like dark in there, and then just continuing down the hall to my own bunk.
Cool. All right. So, all right. So let's, we'll say, over the night, one of you does not sleep. Normally I wouldn't do this if someone is absent, but because she is in the chat, I will do this. Pace gets this meal that has been made by Kitty, places it on the floor in the middle of the cargo hold. She begins to scrape out charcoal symbols and some chalks, like kind of scraping them onto the floor itself, the steel floor. Kind of squeaks in like kind of obnoxious way that chalk tends to. She begins to write out separate symbols surrounding this plate of food. And then she begins to meditate. She closes her eyes. If anyone comes through the cargo hold and walks back through it, they might feel as if they've stumbled in something that seems a bit personal, and they might continue on and like try not to disturb her. And as she's like created this like this meal that has gone cold at this point, over the coming couple hours as she begins to meditate, and I think I'm going to say that there's a bit of a hum to it. She's almost like singing a song. Just a repetitive, well, it's a long melody, but it repeats every few minutes. And after a number of hours, it seems like the meal itself begins to grow warm again. And before it, in the air, there seems to be a spectral image that begins to take shape as a familiar-looking beak kind of emerges, ghostly, and it just kind of hovers above. It seems to be wooed by the tune. And this spectral ghost seems to do like these kind of flies around the room in these lazy patterns. But Pace, keeping her eyes closed, continuing the ritual. There is a moment when the ghost itself comes down to the plate of food and just kind of leans over it. It doesn't eat it, but the food itself begins to glow into this like golden light and begins to be consumed by it. And the spectral form before her slowly, very slowly, over the next several hours, begins to take physical form, almost like 3D printing a little bit. It starts with bones held together by the spectral light, as it kind of has a little bit of trouble at first with this new form of like locomotion. And then after the bones, then muscles, tendons, and organs, and other anatomical things, eventually wrapped by skin. And then finally, Pace opens her eyes after 8 hours, specifically. Captain is standing before her and leans his chin on her shoulder. And I think Pace probably just kind of like holds the back of his head close to her shoulder, as I think she probably is crying. I bet she feels guilty. I haven't. I'll let Lindsay determine that later, but I bet she feels guilty. Okay, so we'll close that scene out, and we will go to the next day, where Bolster, are you working all night with Gunnar, or are you gonna like take a break and start the next day?
I think Bolster's had a pretty darn long day. I think he might have to take a short break in the night at least.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's a little bit challenging for the two of you because of the way that these computers were ripped through while the power was still on. It's like the hard drives were somewhat damaged, but you're able to find quite a bit of things. Not most of it irrelevant, like someone's solitaire like thing. There's like some technician that's just been like playing like that has Overwatch on the computer, that sort of thing, and so there's like a lot of applications that you can find that like aren't necessarily interesting to you, but you do find on the following day. I don't know. I'm defaulting to that voice and just having fun with it today. So you do find a file. Which says Volheim _priest _teleprompt _version 9 _final _3 dot teleprompt.
I'm gonna open that file.
Oh, I'm muted again. You don't open that file. Okay, here we go. You opens the file. And let's see, what and which voice shall this be? It's not going to be in this one, I should know before time. All right, okay, I get it. So you hear an audio file, because those are fun. What you hear seems to be the recorded audio from some kind of sermon. And we'll just say, and just like fast forward and like say that you play this for everyone else. So everyone in the room listening to this. Like, a dark. And that's not going to be it.
You want to take another pass at that?
A dark shadow has fallen across the stars. Oh my gosh. Let's see.
A dark. I wanted it to be like this, like up here, and kind of annoying, but we shall see. A dark shadow. That's a little bit too much.
I really want to get it right, but maybe we'll just start here and we'll see where it ends up. So just bear with me. It's like a dark shadow has. I got the gigs. I need to push through, but I got the gigs. Okay. All right, I just need to do a different voice because I'm just going to always laugh at that.
No, I really love this voice.
It's like,
a dark shadow has fallen across the stars, children. The old ones have returned. The third remnant has been lost. The spawn of that fallen Leviathan, Osbuzol, have opened a chasm, drawing in the terrors of the far realm. The ignorant proclaim that the threat is over, that the door has been shut. They cling to this lie with desperation. But we must hold on to ourselves a solemn truth, that the spawn of Osbuzol will find a way. Their return has been foretold by our father. Yet, even with this divine clairvoyance, the return of the far realm into our own has come too soon. For Volhai, the living god and our protector, slumbers still. But dismay not. Volhai, in his wisdom, has already shown us the path. We must therefore do whatever is necessary to speed his awakening. Those that are called into the heart of Volhai, to feed Volhai their own mortal bodies, will be blessed for eternity. For it is said that the sacrifice of the willing, in all its inherent purity of spirit, will, in soul, sustains the Father. Yet, in times of great need, in times such as this, when the very universe itself threatens to buckle and break under the terrible destruction of the Old Ones, the sacrifice of the unwilling is the only recourse left to a universe that wishes to persevere. Thus it is our duty to Volhai, to each other, and to all life in this realm, to bring all the souls we can to the feet of Volhai, so that he may once again walk this earth with all its strength. And do not for a moment let your hearts be troubled by this grave mandate. For Volhai is merciful, and even the unwilling souls who give of themselves to this great purpose may find respite in the lush, eternal fields of the living God.
And it's there that the recording ends.
Yeah, it looks like that's the end of the file. I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't understand the connection between Volhai and whoever this Esbersel character is. But yeah, that's kind of terrifying.
Can you create a transcript of this? Something we can write down in case the file itself is corrupted.
I'm sure that in my infinite powers of typing, I could probably figure out a way.
Yeah, hold on a second, buddy. Let me go here and find this damn data node. I'm going to put it in there. All right.
Trying to keep this as in character as possible.
Well, this is Kitty. Just
That's not what I said your voice to, Kitty.
keeping this with my voice box. So
Face, did you change Kitty's voice again?
Oh,
No, I don't know what Faze's voice is.
while we're discussing this, can I roll, or is there any way I might not recognize the voice or the name Asperzol?
Good question, buddy.
My knowledge of history or religion.
Your choice. Either one.
They're both the same. I'll just.
I figured.
Okay.
Yeah.
I left my dice behind me, so I'm going to roll in the chat. All right. Well, that's a natural one for a total 5. Big old 5.
Well, I just don't know who that Asbazal is.
I guess it's better than being
my perfect Russian.
Yeah, sounds about right. Guess it's better than being certain of something wrong. I'm going to say I've never heard that name before. That's something we should probably pursue.
Can I do a history check?
You may.
You did religion.
It's an unknown name of the decades. There's no way you could know who this is.
8.
See?
Yeah, you're like, oh no, that was Amy that I was thinking of. No, I don't know who Asbazal is either.
So I definitely haven't heard this name before, but just working off context, maybe that's the thing that came out of the other arc stream at Yuval. and so maybe they see themselves as somehow in opposition to it.
This whole thing is, I agree, it's concerning because it sounds as though they think Volhai is the protector and going to stop this evil Asberzol.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. Dang it!
No,
I
it's
gotta
Ozzy.
change it. Now I gotta change it to Ozzy.
But that is confusing because up to now I would have assumed that back there at Uval was because of Volhai. So
Also, I've added it to the damaged data node file, which is I'll rename at some point and just like have it be reclaimed stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's some sort of connection between the two that their followers don't fully understand, or that they're being tricked in some way. But I don't know. This is very confusing. This is one of the reasons I think we should go straight after Beatrix. She would know the most, I think.
I agree.
And Gunnar walks by and say, "But could you drop me off, please? please. I'm not invited to this meeting. Bye." And he'll just. He shouldn't have been there. I immediately regretted that choice.
Now he knows.
We'll say that he's. Yeah, I know, right? We'll say that he was like with the bolster with like IT setting up like the display, like hooking up the projector and everything, and like they were working together to get like everything hooked up to the audio system, and then he leaves at that point. Sorry, continue.
But yes, I think you're right, though, Vincent. That maybe they weren't behind what happened on Uval or
Kurgan,
something.
the swamp planet.
Maybe. I don't know. They seemed pretty devoted to Volhai. I would be surprised if they didn't have something to do with it, but maybe what we caused or inadvertently caused in Uval was something that they did not intend to happen.
Oh, why can't there just be one big force of evil out there in the world? We already got Ocelot. Now we got Ozbazal. At least now we have a name for it, if that's even what it is. And there's still Volhai, who just became a whole lot more gray, maybe?
Well, we saw what the followers of Volhai were doing when we were on Kurgan. I would be reluctant to call them anything, but I would reluctant to put them in a shade of gray. I think it's fairly black and white.
Yeah, anything that needs the souls of willing or otherwise people to come back can't be worth the price. So,
but even more dangerous, they believe in their cause is just and righteous, and it means they're going to fight even harder to protect it.
The villains of the story rarely consider themselves so.
Well, again, more reason to find Beatrix. She's not allied with them. She might be willing to turn in our favor. I know that you have a vendetta against her, Gwen.
She has a vendetta against me.
Even still, do you think that we can take her alive? Is it possible?
It's possible. Won't be simple or easy. If you can convince her that it's worth it to speak to us, perhaps. But she has to think there's something in it for her.
That's what we should discuss, though. Figure out what we might be able to lure her to us with, what we have that she needs.
That I don't know.
We can't go in this like we did with the mummy or the priestess of Volhai. We have to negotiate. We have to speak. We can't attack and then hope that she'll come to our side afterwards.
You know, it sounds like these followers of Volhai are, I guess, trying to fight against this Azbuzal situation. And I guess they're trying to find their own way to deal with it, but they're not going about it in the best way. And so if they're going to hurt more people, then we should definitely work towards stopping them. Although I don't feel like this situation of the far realm coming here is something that we can really know how to deal with yet.
No. They seem to know more about it than we do. That's why it's going to be tough, because we need to stop them, of course, but if they have any tools to stop this from happening, even we should at least look at those.
Yeah, we need more information. I guess we go to Beatrix, see what she knows. See if maybe we can find more locations of the children of Volhai. Maybe we can just get more information on what we're dealing with here.
Also, just real quick with Bolster, because I didn't say this. That was the first. That's like the most relevant thing that you get on the first of the three computers that Rachel and Gwen were able to procure. I'm acting so spazzy tonight. I'm sorry.
Bolster, what did you find on the other two computers?
I got really sleepy, guys. It was a long day, but I promise you, I will go through them and I will find whatever I can. Well, in the meantime, we can keep flying where we're going, and I'll let you know as soon as I get more.
Sounds like a plan.
We should make a plan for confronting Beatrix, though.
We should. Do you know, last we spoke on it, you said that she was, after the power of your order, wanted to be the head of your order, if I'm remembering right. I might not be remembering correctly.
I don't know. I know she wants power. It upset her greatly being on the lower end of the totem pole, as it were.
Is there any way that we could use your position with the Order to negotiate? Would they understand the importance of the information she has and maybe willing to offer her something in return? Not saying a position, but knowledge, or something valuable to her.
I don't know that we have anything that she wants. At this point, she's been gone for a while and was never really in control of the power she wields, and she wasn't with us long, and I don't know how it's changed her. It's possible she can't be reasoned with.
My understanding was that Beatrix was heading back there to burn the whole thing to the ground. I don't know that she wants that there is anything that they could give her that would change her mind.
She wants our heads.
And we're clearly not giving her them, so...
Well, we should get there first, try to get to the order before she does. If we can get there and head her off, then maybe we can do something to at least stay the bloodshed. Figure out a plan. I was also thinking we may need to recruit some help from any allies we might have to learn more about the blood of Vol or Volhai, or at least try to stop this from spreading any further. Not you help, you're fine. I mean, you're doing plenty.
Hurt his feelings.
I apologize. And there he goes. But I was thinking we did do some good for the song. Maybe we see what we can gather from them. They run with shadier crowds than we do. I can send some messages their way.
It's not a bad idea.
Could
I'd
they-
definitely look into it.
Could they even make it to us in time?
I don't know, but I can communicate with them almost instantly, and if we have a couple of days, I can do that quite a bit. Hopefully work out some sort of plan.
Do y'all think it'd be wise? I can't believe I'm saying this. No. It might be a good decision. It might help people, but do you think it'd be wise to bring the Domino in on this?
A thought crossed my mind.
Actually know how much influence Domino has outside of the Anchorage? I mean, obviously, they had access to the healer who was able to bring Pace back, but
even still, maybe be able to point us in the right direction. I mean, do we think that this Domino might be somehow affiliated with the blood of Volhai? Or do we think that we could trust in their self-interest?
I don't think we can trust anyone but each other.
I just don't know if we'll be enough.
My main concern is, well, there are several massive, terrifying forces that are trying to basically tear holes in this galaxy, and it just seems like, well, it's only right to send out a warning, you know? Let other people know what's going on.
I agree.
I also don't want to cause a panic.
Well, I
That's
think
wise.
Bolster's right, though. If we send it to a few people that won't seek to cause a panic, if we contact the Domino and Uriel and attempt to inform the leaders, then maybe they can make precautions for it, mount some sort of defensive. Because clearly the Concord isn't telling anyone what's going on.
Clearly.
I just wanted to ask before I did that myself. I wasn't going to act without the group's opinion. If you think it's a good choice, then I can send some messages their way.
I do. Yeah, I think we should do it.
All right.
Gwen, I would warn your order if I could.
It's all right. Most of them are acutely aware of more than we, I don't know, give them credit for. They know things somehow, some way. It's sort of their job, so.
All right. I'll get to it then.
And I'll get back on these computers and see what I can find. And I think he spins around in his little office stool, and his tail kind of curls around him, and he begins furiously typing on weird looking keyboards.
Cool.
I vanish in a puff of smoke. No, I can't do that.
I hit myself in the wall that was supposed to open. That's not the door. Whoops. Daisy. All right. So, I'm not going to make you roll again, Bolster. I'm just going to roll a forward your 20. And so, I'm going to go ahead and fast track on what you discover on the other two notes, or other two things, because there's not a lot of information. There's not like any audio logs or anything. What you're able to discover, you kind of like piecing together like the manifests and like from the Children Volhai station, and seeing where like some vessels were going, where they're heading, like their fuel levels and what they needed to prepare to get there. You're able to determine, well, I'm not going to put a number on it because I don't know how many it's going to be yet. But the first thing that you determine is that most of the people who have come to the station did not leave it. But many vessels did leave the station, and they seem to be going all across the universe. You also see a special note about someone referred to as the Knight, headed to the Seraphis sector. Searching for the location of the second of 3 remnants to find the beast.
Good, great. That's fine.
And it seems clear that who is ever, putting down this information, that the Children of Volhai do not trust the Knight. There are some like notes here and there about them being slightly suspicious of her motivations. And it does seem like after cross-reference, this is over the next like day or so, like before you arrive at Numora, sorry, what was I saying? That it seems like there has been some group associated with the Children of Volhai that have tagged along with Beatrix on this mission. But it's not so much of a, it seems like the way that you're reading it, that it's not entirely just to aid her, it's also to make sure that she doesn't cross them. Because while, there are those who are part of the Children of Volhai, part of the Order, and she seems to be an ally of convenience, and for now, their goals seem to be aligned, whatever they are. But the leader, whose name I forgot to mention earlier, was Geist Marcanian, which is the most video game name I've ever heard in my life.
That is my favorite name so far. That's awesome.
Geist Marcanian seems to have put this in, set this in motion. All right. So you learn all that.
So does it sound like Geist is the leader of the group tagging along with Beatrix, or the leader over the Children of Volhai?
You don't see that Geist is following Beatrix. It also is not clear if Geist is the leader of the Children of Volhai either, but but he is high up, and apparently, like one of the high clergy of the order. There's a very kind of strange cyclical structure to it. It seems like there are several leaders, and depending on who, there's different moments where one leader or another becomes the mouthpiece of Volhai for at this time or that time. But it seems to be kind of like a circling duty that seems to rotate, not a specific amount of time, but pretty rapidly, to where leadership is seen as temporary. But yeah, so you're not really sure if he's a current leader or not. But at least at the time of many of these things being written down, seem to be pretty high up there.
All right, so I think I slap the comm button and I bring everyone in and I tell them this information that, well, one, the children of Volhai are following along with Beatrix to keep an eye on her. Two, there's an individual named the Knight who is headed to the Seraphis sector and seems to almost be leaking information about the children of Volhai. They don't seem to trust the Knight, but he might... Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm going to go ahead and clear this up really quick. Beatrix is the Knight. She is a divergent Knight, and they call her that. They just call
that makes
her
more
Knight.
sense.
If you were hearing me as a with no K Knight, then I can see where the confusion is coming from.
Like a game night.
So I'm Bolster would put that together. So yes, so they're following Beatrix. They're helping her, but they also don't trust her. But so Beatrix heading to the Seraphis system. Just to recap for everyone, Beatrix is heading for the Seraphis system, on the lookout for a remnant, the second of three, and for the resting place or the location of the beast. And that's her purpose in the Seraphis sector.
I wonder what that remnant is. You think it's something like that star that we ran into, that neutron star?
The book that was given to me by my order was entitled The Remnant Keys, and it spoke of keys that they were wrought from the flesh of the greatest of the old gods, binding that terrible power by the sacrifice of both gods and devils, and it's what they used to seal these old ones away. And I think that's what they're looking for. I think that's what they used to open up that portal. I guess that was only one of the keys.
So, you think they want to find the rest and let something else out?
Or maybe what they let out was only a fraction of the whole.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
Well, that's great. Yeah, more space tentacles. Let's just release them all into space. Yay.
I was trying to think maybe the space tentacles are only the hands of whatever it is that really wants to get through.
Oh, jeez.
Very unsettling. Also a very unsettling image of a thing whose hands are just tentacles.
Ah.
Oh dear. This sort of confirms what I'm thinking. I don't want you to think... I don't want you all to think I'm being selfish and might want to go after Beatrix.
No.
This has to be stopped. If she's hunting down the way to let another one of these things out, we have to stop her. But if these keys are also the things that lock them in,
we need to get it for ourselves and
not
not
back.
Yes. And not let it be used this time to open up something. If we find any strange pods, we keep it away from whatever those strange pods are.
And maybe we try and throw it into a sun or something this time.
Very large, very hot sun. I think this is the path to setting things right.
I do too.
Same here.
She's got herself wrapped up in so much more than just our quarrel.
Mm-hmm.
True. I guess we know that we need to be careful because Beatrix isn't alone. She's got a group of children of Voltai with her, so we're definitely walking into a tough situation.
Aren't we always?
I think if we can get the key before them, though, that could be our leverage.
I just don't even know where to begin looking. I mean, maybe we find another Burgoplomp type character, and they'll have it, But I just don't even know.
Is there any way you could track the ship? I know you had some data on it from the computer.
All I know is that it went to the Seraphis system. That's what I got.
If we get to that system, is there any information on I don't know what the technology would be, a GPS locator, some sort of system that we can hone in on?
I'm not sure. We know the name of Beatrix's ship, don't we?
The Nihilus.
Maybe that'll show up somewhere.
I'm sure they'd have to reprovision once arriving in the sector. Do you know, Gwen, where the largest station would be?
Baby?
Go for it. And do you see Titanus being like the system that the arc stream is connected to, or is that a deeper system?
No, I think it's probably... I don't think the Titana system is like your main stop.
Okay, so yeah, you feel free to describe kind of like what the main stop is, like for that arc stream. I think also, I need to check the dates because it probably is important for you all to like have an idea of how far ahead they are. And I don't think I entered in what happened last time. So give me just one second. Or continue talking. It's going to take me actually like probably 2 minutes to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I think it was 4-7 when we were at the station, so it's now probably 4-8, maybe 4-9. But my dates could also be off. So, next time we make port, check around, see if anyone working the docking stations saw the Nihilus come through.
It's quite possible.
And then with a name like that, I imagine the ship has to be pretty grim looking.
Well, maybe it's an ironic name. Maybe Beatrix is a big old hipster.
It's not the word I'd use.
Maybe it's covered in Hello Kitty.
What's Hello Kitty?
You didn't have that on. You didn't have that on your planet.
Okay.
Is it like one of those hollow shows or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, we only had some small board games on my planet. We didn't have a whole lot of that growing up.
It's alright, I didn't have much of that either.
Wait, I guess maybe out of all of us, I probably had the most normal childhood. That's a disturbing thought.
And Vincent realizes that, most of my memories about childhood may be completely invented.
Yep, that too. Pace, what was your childhood like?
No offense, I'd love to hear more about all of your childhoods.
I killed my first man.
I ate a lot of fish.
think it's best if we head
So
in that direction as quickly as possible.
So real quick, it's like 4-9 right now. Or by the time you arrive at the Numora system, it'll be 4-9. And I think that Beatrix left around 4-2. So she's got a 7-day lead on you. At least you don't know the route she took, but yeah.
Yeah, we also knew she might have a contingent with her. That might draw some attention. She had an escort. We know how big the Nihilus was. That might be on the manifest for when it left the station.
Yeah, or
Might
maybe
show
Gunner
its
knows
size.
that.
Very true.
Hey, Gunner. Hey, Gunner, you around?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Hey, I was wondering. You probably saw a lot of different ships come and go from that station of yours, didn't you?
Yeah.
We're looking for one. It's called the Nihilus. And,
Yeah, I told you about it.
Yeah. Wait, I didn't remember that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's in session 19 on YouTube / GGameKnights, so you can catch up. It's also not GGameKnights, it's GGameKnights. But Gunner is bad.
Well, I didn't remember that.
Where were you? I really feel like distinct. Like you remember, right? Like I said that, right? Okay.
And Gunner, the point of this is, do you recall how big the ship was? You know, what crew size would have been? How many people may have left with the night?
What class of ship?
Baller. It's like a big Harley Davidson, a crew of one. Beatrix could fly by herself. It had I looked in it when I was refueling it. There's places in it for her to sleep. There's also some cells in there. I don't know. I guess it was used to be used for maybe I don't know, hunting, reclamation, or whatever. But it looked like there were some pens there. You know what I mean? But it could be it only requires a crew of one. I don't know if they squeeze anyone else on there, but I don't remember anything like that when I was setting up all the rations for the trip.
So you don't remember when it left, if there were any other ships alongside it?
I didn't see it actually leave. I was just getting the ships ready to go. But I got a lot of ships ready to go at that time. Transport vessels, single pilot fighters. I had maybe one warship. I mean, cool your jets. It's kind of an older warship. It's kind of but yeah, repurposed. I don't know. I worked on a lot of ships. They kind of all run together a little bit. The Nihilus stood out because that ship is pretty awesome.
So it was distinct in its appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good for us.
You maybe describe it so we know what to ask around about when we make port.
Could you draw it?
This is what I'm thinking. It's like this, and I want to offer the option to Savannah to see if you want to describe what the ship looks like.
You don't? Okay. All right. So it's a kind of like, looks like a enormous fighter. It's very long. It's got like a dripping back wings that kind of spiral back in this kind of 3 wings on either side pattern. It's painted it's painted black, but it has like these highlights in this red, like a kind of like running lights for like those cars, but so it's like glowing and stuff. It's got red and white lights that kind of shine along it. But it's, that it has a tremendous amount of speed. That it has a very it's got an Ibex cannon on the underside that is an incredibly powerful weapon. That it's like a single shot thing. It's almost like driving a sniper rifle is what it's like. And she has like a couple, like, I think what stands out in your memory, Gwen, the most is that a lot of the Divergent Knights, most of it is like hunting down monsters, but you also, like, some of you got like side gigs just doing normal bounty hunting things, and so just to make ends meet, because like money was hard to come by, and so some of you took like gigs that didn't require dead, and so some of you had ion cannons that were meant to disable engines and shields, that sort of thing, without destroying the ship itself. Beatrix never did that. She didn't take those jobs. She does not have anything on her ship that does not blow something out of existence. She probably, like, it's been a while since you've seen her ship. So there might be other modifications made to it since then. But she's really good at coming in unexpectedly and landing a killer blow when it comes to dogfighting, which is not a euphemism when it comes to like werewolves and stuff like that. It's just like, it's a thing for planes. Okay, bye.
Sounds like the last place we want to meet her is in the air or space.
I would agree. A very good way to get ourselves killed. Almost immediately.
Might be a good thing she has a few days on us then, because if we can track down which planet she's on, assuming it might take her a little while to track down the remnant key. It can't just be lying there wherever she's going.
We could do what she would do. Use her to find it and take it for ourselves.
It's not my favorite tactic, but in this case, I might agree.
I don't think anywhere in her mind Beatrix thinks anyone can outsmart her.
Well, we have a bolster, so I suppose got a leg up then.
Very small one.
Yeah, little leg and a tail, but it's fine.
If we can find her, we should do whatever we can to disable her and her ship.
I agree. All right, let's keep driving then.
Have we not been driving this whole time?
I think we put it in park to have this conversation.
Yeah, you don't fly a ship while distracted. That's just Paladin 101. No, we've been going. I don't know if we've ever explicitly said, is there an autopilot on the Arcturus, or at least like I can set it going and it'll stay the course?
Yeah, you can set it. There's it's like following currents in the ocean, really. Like there are certain paths that are safe for FTL that most computers are already kind of keyed in. It's like, punching in almost Google Maps in a way and say like, this is the best route. and you can follow it AI. Doesn't mean that nothing is ever going to happen along those routes, but that's the way it works.
Because if we have not been flying this whole time, Pace is literally going to murder all of us.
Agreed. Good thing she's still sleeping from staying up all night with that dinosaur. Are we dropping off Gunner in Space Florida? Are we coming to that consensus as a group?
I think that's the plan as it stands.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I don't know about that.
Well, then let's talk about it.
Shouldn't we keep him?
He has not expressed an interest in being there to help out.
Neither did all those other people, but kept them for a long time.
And we saw how that turned out. One of them exploded into a tentacle monster and ripped a hole in space. I think we should let him go.
We were also going to drop him off as soon as we got the chance. We just all got arrested when that happened.
Wouldn't he be useful if we found this ship, though?
I mean, no more useful than Bolster would be, I imagine.
I will say he's been on her ship before. He might know a thing or two. I mean, I'm sure he's just refueled it, but that is an idea.
Well, who wants to try to convince him then?
I mean, I do have the silver tongue, but I might need to be convinced on this. Because he doesn't seem... It seems to me he would just roll over. Like, we'd have to make sure Beatrix is far away from the ship and guarantee his safety and all that stuff, which, frankly, based on what I know with this Beatrix, I'm not convinced we can guarantee his safety if we tussle with her.
Oh, absolutely not.
Plus, if we're not sure that we can trust him, best to just get him off the ship before any damage is done.
So he can find a way to tell her we're coming.
He's going to find a way to do that, whether he's on the ship or not. Unless somebody wants to watch him every second of every day until then.
I bet Pace would if you asked her.
I think Pace has been doing that when she hasn't been bringing Captain back.
There is something that we haven't thought about. You know, this guy has been working for the children of Volhai. Now, I don't know where his heart's at, but I would say that the organization he has supported is a criminal one. And it's possible the Concord would want to have words with him.
Also true. Are you suggesting we turn him over to the Concord then?
Well, I'm just thinking about how I would feel if my family was taken away and fed to whoever this Volhai creature is. And then we caught one of them. You know, one of these people that are doing this. And then we just let him go in friggin' Space Florida.
Oh yeah, but he was, I mean, sure he was there, but it's not like he was, like, it was basically if he was running a hotel and some super evil space cult convention rolled into town and used the facilities. It's not like he was, like, obviously it gets fuzzy in terms of responsibilities and blame and all that, but it's not like he's a member of the Children of Volhai himself.
Do we know that?
I could get a guaranteed answer. If you want.
I would very much like that.
I would also like that.
Can't hurt. We still got a day or so until we get to Nemora.
Okay then. Well, let's try this then. Cut out any gray areas.
Oh, we know how much you hate those.
All right. So I just start beating the crap. No. Can we bring him in here? Does somebody want to get Gunna?
That was Vincent saying yes, but Alex had a mouthful of water. So go and find Gunnar wherever he is. Just say
Yeah, he's drinking a space Pepsi.
Is it a space crystal Pepsi or space regular Pepsi?
There is no non-crystal Pepsi in space, my friend.
Oh.
It is all crystal.
Gross.
Gross.
So, Gunnar, I've said this might come up, but we've thought of a few more questions that we want to ask you. So, if you wouldn't mind joining us in the mess hall, we'll discuss over some food. It's about mealtime anyway.
No, all right, I guess. Yeah, check you later, kitty. He's like, have fun, Gunnar.
I like this new kitty so much.
It's like, yeah. Oh, everyone's here. What do you want to know?
Well, Gunnar, we asked you some questions the other day, and we do want to let you go. I think most of us are on the same page with that. But you can understand why we might be a bit suspicious. Perhaps.
What?
From where you are working, your employers, the children. I'll cut straight to the chase. I have a spell that I can use, and if you are willing to submit yourself to it, we can guarantee that your answers to our questions are truthful.
Okay.
And if we know that you're telling the truth, then we're much more willing to let you go.
Okay.
It's not going to hurt. You're not going to lose control of yourself. I'm not taking anything away from you. I'll just know if you're lying, or you won't be able to lie.
He kind of looks at Ven and Bolster.
Try and give him an encouraging smile.
Charisma check.
Yeah.
Wait.
At the very least, it can't hurt. So just straight charisma.
Yep, straight charisma.
That is a natural 20 for 25. Woo!
Yikes. Okay, yeah. He trusts the crap
a
out
hint
of
of teeth, and there's the sparkle, and
you. Yeah, I know, right? Jeez Louise.
He also hands over his life savings.
And is in love with you.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Well,
would
but it's
you
in
like to
everyone.
have dinner?
well, that's what we're about to do. Just all of us together right now.
Okay, yeah. Sure. Whatever. Just whatever it takes to get me off this ship.
All right. Then while we're all sitting there around the table, I will cast Zone of Truth.
Zone of Truth.
Which affects everyone in a 15-foot radius sphere.
Oh my gosh. I want to play. Never have I ever with that party. Okay.
And I know if they've failed, and I guess, it doesn't say in the spell whether they can choose to succeed or fail, or choose to fail. I hope he can't choose to succeed.
Yeah. He will he'll choose to fail. I'm gonna be back in just 1 second because I have to pee and I can't focus right now. So I'm gonna do that real quick. The rest of you, the other 3 of you, you roll charisma saving throws if that's what the saving throw is.
Just double checking. I thought this was one of the spells you could choose to succeed or fail on.
You can choose to fail it. Well, it doesn't say you can choose to fail it, but I guess we're going with that. I don't think you can choose to succeed any spell. At least I-
Bolster rolled a non-natural 1.
I rolled a 19.
Nice. That's above my spell save DC.
Yay.
a non-natural 20 here.
Okay.
And then, Sean, is it you that has Pace's sheet?
I do.
Yeah,
Are we
so
She
rolling
has
for her?
Lindsay's
negative
saying
2.
she will stop speaking completely until the spell is over.
Since
Now,
she's
I
not
also
really
will
talking.
say, you technically do have to make a saving throw at the start of each turn while this is active.
Bruh.
So, so it's not. If you want to stay at the table,
I'm
just
obviously
FYI.
going to stay at the table.
Vincent feels like he has to because he's the one who convinced Gunnar to go through with this, and it would be a real dick move to be like, "Hey, it'll be fine. By the way, bye."
I don't think we should let him go. I think we should keep him as
Pace
a
rolled
prisoner.
Pace rolled a 5.
Oh, Pace.
Better than
And-
Bolster.
And Ross chooses to fail
Yeah.
because I have nothing to hide.
Wait, it affects you too? It's your spell.
Affects
Spell
every
is
creature.
intense.
Yeah.
Wow,
No, it's
I didn't know
Why
that.
do you think Clint Mackerel keeps trying to cast it?
no. Well, and it's the every. I mean, it's the if you start your turn in the sphere too, you have to tell the truth. So yeah, or you have to make another save. So
So I succeeded. I feel good
Yeah.
about that.
I don't know if Ryan wants to play it that way though.
Yeah.
We've had some failures.
A creature that enters the spells area for the first time.
Oh, it just enters,
Yeah, but I think if the area just exists there. So
or starts its turn there. Must make it
Gotcha.
risen.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you start your turn in the sphere, you have to make another saving throw.
So with every question I ask.
So pretty much
Oh, man.
every 6 seconds having to resist it
Until or unless we fail.
until you
All
fail.
right, so it looks like Pace has failed, Bolster has failed.
I rolled a 19.
You rolled a 19.
You're good. Yeah, my DC is
So
50.
For just the first 6 seconds.
For the
'cause it's
first
every
6
turn.
seconds.
I'm gonna roll one extra one because you have a little visitor here. And it's so slow. The sheets are slow, so slow, and not just because of. Okay. Oh gosh,
No, I'm
charisma
nervous.
real low.
Who is that?
2.
I'm guessing that's Gunnar. Either that or we have another parasitic passenger somewhere.
I'll just yep, and that was help. Help has rolled a 2.
All right. Well, it seems some of you aren't willing to join in the fun, but that's fine. Gunnar,
Yeah.
are you a member of the Children of Volhai?
Yeah. Technically.
Do you believe in their tenets?
Not really. I don't really believe in much.
If you had the opportunity, would you tell any of the members of Volhai about us?
Depends.
On what?
If I had to.
To save yourself?
Yeah.
Do you understand that what we're trying to do is good? We're trying to stop them.
Yeah.
Do you know that, or do you believe that they're evil?
Yeah, I don't like what they've been doing.
If we get you somewhere safe away from them, are you going to stay away from them?
If I can.
Are you willing to help us against them?
Only if it means I don't have to see him again. I don't want to be in this situation again. Sorry. For those of you in Twitch chat, there are people in Roll20 chat determining whether or not this follows due process, and if it's leading the witness, that sort of thing. But this is not a court of law, and it is certainly not a court of United States law in any of our states. So we're gonna let it slide.
Thank you, Joanna. Does anyone else have any questions that I can't think of right now?
I guess more specifically in terms of helping us. We're going after the knight. You were trying to mess with our ship. Would you be willing to sneak onto her ship and mess with things there if we distract her and keep her away?
Fuck no.
Thought as much.
That's what I said.
Sorry, I don't know what we're rated in this panel, but
it's all over the place.
Okay.
It's whatever you want it to be.
I think in PG-13 you can say you can
say
it up to 3 times.
Up to 3 times.
Okay, so
okay, there we go.
Yeah, I think that's probably is it the third? I don't know how many we've done in like
it's
20.
Only the first this session.
What's the first?
I always get in at least one per session, so.
Okay.
Alright, you're familiar with these children. I'll ask your opinion on something. If we take you to Space Florida.
Nemora.
No,
it's like a pretty simple like fantasy name, but like
Space Florida is catchier.
It's so catchy.
I'm sorry. If we do take you to Nemora, let you go, how long do you think it will be before the children find you?
I don't know.
Do you think they'll look?
I think if they were looking for me, they wouldn't have left the station. But I don't know. They've done some stuff with us before where we think that we're fine, we're safe, and that we have some privacy, but then we don't, and there isn't. And they play those kind of mind games with us a lot. So I don't know how to answer your question.
It's all right. I think it's safest for you and us if you stay with us. And I don't need a spell to tell the truth.
But it's working on you, isn't it?
I can tell you with utmost honesty that we will protect you if you come with us.
How? You're going to chase the knight? Chase Beatrix?
The thought worse and killed it.
Are you sure?
Gwendolyn, how would you compare The thing we fought on the station to what you know of Beatrix?
That's actually a good question. I hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah, DM, how tough is our next fight gonna be? Zone of Truth.
I guess I gotta roll.
What's Ryan's charisma modifier?
It's
And
negative.
is he proficient in saving throws?
It's -3. It's my charisma.
Oh, we're headed.
I rolled an 8. How tough is it? Significantly. So I'll kind of, and we can talk about this. This is a conversation between Gwendolyn and I. She took out the strongest people in your order. And in some cases it was one-on-one. In some cases it was not. And you know that primal knights do become stronger. Usually like with a concerted effort between all the knights, they were able to put them down, but Beatrix seems different in that regard. She's surprised everyone, and just in her brutality and her ferocity, her strength, that she's become primal, but she's managed to also, it seems like she's also kept a bit of her strategic tactical mind as well in this process. And it's just never a good idea to underestimate her. You can't speak to exactly how strong she is in compared to the thing that you fought. But yeah, you fought alongside some of those other knights that she killed. You don't necessarily know how she did all of it, but she did it. So, red flag.
It will not be easy.
At the very least, we'll keep you out of the same room as her, if at all possible.
I don't want to be in the same sector as her ever again.
Well, either we dump you on a planet, leave you to your own devices, and you pray to whoever it is you pray to every day that she doesn't find you. Or you stay with us and we do our best to protect you. Provided you help us.
Feels like an intimidation check. But I will let you use just yeah, you can roll with advantage just because of the scenario.
$17.
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and bend luck and let her add a 1d4 to that.
okay.
20.
Okay. I think he has to roll pretty much a natural 20. I'm giving him a +1 just to be nice, really. He rolls a 17. So, through intimidation, with this, like, as Alex, you described to me what Ben Luck does with her. Like, does it like change her appearance? Does it make her voice sound different? What does Ben Luck do to alter reality to make her more intimidating than she already is? Or does it work on him? Does it make his mind different?
I think a little of both, because I did apply it to her, but I think it's going to be something that mostly he just picks up on, and that's that for fraction of a second, he sees her transformed form overlaid on top of her regular form, and like the rest of us can kind of see it, but maybe it's coincides with the flicker of the lights, and we've seen her in that form before, so it's not as much of a shock to us.
Yeah, I think you all see it, like, for sure. Just this after image effect almost upon Gwen as she kind of leans a little bit forward over at him, and he kind of avoids eye contact for a little bit. He's like, all right. Okay. Y'all are out of your minds, but okay.
You'll be able to sleep easier once she's gone, and you'll know that you helped us do it.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep again.
Just think, Gunnar, after running with us for a bit, you'll be a big damn hero too.
All the big damn heroes I know are dead.
Well, you know us now. We're not dead yet, are we?
Not yet.
You're coming with us on your own volition, and we really very much do respect that. And I will protect you, and if it comes down to it, I would lay down my life for yours. As I would with anyone here.
Now, I see. What I want to know is if, like, Gunnar would... Are you, when you cast Zone of Truth, are you under the effects of it, or is it just like...
I chose to fail the saving throw.
So now I got to figure out if he would have any indication of, like, whether that was true. Of, like, if he would know that you were under... I'm just gonna give him a D20. Let's say if he roll, because that's hard, because I don't think he doesn't know a ton about magic. We're gonna set the DC high. I'm gonna do 16, 17, 16. We'll do 16. And he rolls an 18. Okay, so I think because he has willingly chosen to fail, it gives him a sort of innate understanding of, like, the effect that's in the room, and he kind of in a weird way, this spell kind of connects him. Like, those who have failed are connected in these bands of truth in some ways, and I think he knows that Rosh is under the effect of this spell and is telling the truth, and I think because of that, Gunnar doesn't really know how to react to that. He doesn't, like, wants to not believe it, but have those two competing realities in his head. So I think he's just going to be quiet for a while.
I'll go ahead and end the spell unless anybody else has any questions for anyone here at this table. No?
Just one more thing. Just one thing. I'm sorry. I've kept my mouth shut this entire time, but I just need to know. Gunnar, you know anything? Are the children of Volhai working with Ocelot at all?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know a lot about Ocelot, but they're kind of everywhere.
They sure as heck are. Well, thanks for answering. I just need to know at some point.
I guess that's it then. Help, you're not planning on betraying us at any point, are you?
No.
I don't trust that, but I'll end the spell anyway.
There's no plan. I'm a pantser. Okay, and at that, we will go ahead and go to break now. We will be back in just a few minutes, and we will be back at. We'll see if we're back at 9:50 Eastern or 9:51 Eastern time. We'll see. But y'all are great. We'll be back. Ask questions in chat because you're the best. Bye. Hi, buddies. We're back. And it's good. So we're gonna go ahead and get rolling. It's just so funny. I don't know. It's weird being in the room with Travis because now I'm like I feel like I'm just trying to make him laugh and like forgetting what I'm doing. So let's see. Okay, so last we left off, the gang has just browbeaten poor old Gunner into joining their crew, which he did not want to do. But it wasn't entirely all intimidation and saying like, well, you know, it was also Rosh giving a genuine promise there as well. So Gunnar is thinking about that. But the rest of you, let's say that you come into the Numora system now. It's been 2 days since you left the Volhais station. So it's now 4/9. 4th month, 9th day. What do you want to do next? Is it beelining towards the next sector?
I mean, a very brief stop just as we're refueling and whatnot, just asking around the docks if anyone saw the Nihilus. Vincent's keeping an eye out if Lisbeth happens to be nearby, but also realizes we do have more important priorities at the moment.
I mean, surely you have a number, right? I'm like,
are there phones in this universe? Like,
yes, there are phones in this universe. It's so funny, like from tracking from session 1 to now, like the technology has gone up and up and up and up. Because I think for a long time I was like, I don't want like a cell phone to like make obsolete some D&D spells that exist. But I think because of the fact that the distances that you all are dealing with are so incredibly vast, like you can't call, for example, Uriel on a cell phone. She is sectors and sectors away. So you still need sending, and magic is still important and useful. But there's I think cell phones is totally fine.
Yeah, so I think I might. I was just going to say shoot her a quick text, but I just realized that's probably the bad move, that it should actually be a call and just be like, trying to not spend too much time on this, but just, hey, back on Numora for, half a day, few hours, whatever, and just be like, love to see you, but I also do need to be heading back out again pretty quickly.
Where do you want to meet up?
Really wishing this was alcohol right now.
You got Travis. That Yelp was Travis and not Cooper, as you might imagine.
No, this is. Yep. There was that nice little restaurant we went to that first evening. Meet up there.
All right. What was the name of it, Vincent?
part of me wants to say tip of my tongue again, but we did that in Tom's Must Die. Let's see. It was just the Traveler's Revile. Except I forget what Revile actually means in French, so that may be a terrible name, but that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's like revile is bad, isn't it?
Not
Yeah,
Revile,
English.
but REIVILE.
REI. I got you.
I think. Again, I'm a little rusty on my French. I
am neither oiled nor rusty on French. I am just a non-texture. I have no idea. So we'll say that, yeah. So you meet her up there. What do they serve there? Like what? So do you bring her to the same table? Like what do you walk me through this night, if you would?
So up until it's time for this, Vincent is also making the rounds of the docks, checking to see if any of them saw the Nihilus. But
Okay.
is
yeah. Go roll me an investigation check.
Yep. Also, I just realized the word I was thinking of is Revile, which is the military wake-up trumpet song. But
revelry.
Reveille.
But I don't know what it.
yeah, I don't know how it's pronounced. But anyway, we're going all over the place. Investigation check. I'm gonna Tides of Chaos that because that's pretty low.
Okay. You know I'm gonna bust that out on your date.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
All right.
That's worse. So that's an 8 investigation.
Okay. All right. So as you're searching, you sorry, I just saw someone's chat in Roll20 that said Space Flicks and Schlorp, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Not gonna dwell on it, but I love it.
Thank you.
So we're gonna move on. Schlorp is a very versatile verb, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna move on and so you try to find out, but I think this magical energy that you cannot control. I think it's as you're talking to people, I feel like weird things are happening to you. Like your eyes are rapidly changing colors. Like your voice begins to change as you're speaking to people. Your smell rapidly changes to smelling nice to very almost off-putting and putrid in a moment. And so you're having trouble getting people to talk to you. You're normally very persuasive, you know this. You normally get people to open up to you, to want to speak to you, but because of this as this chaotic magic flows through you, it has a bunch of unforeseen effects on you that cause you to be less likely to find what you're looking for. Cool. So I think we'll come back to your date in a minute. Let's go around the rounds real quick. Let's start with Gwendolyn. What would you like to do as you're on Numora?
I want to ask Rosh if they've already done their sending spells. Did you already do that?
I would have. Actually, that was what I was going to say I'd do when it got around to me. But I could do that. I could have done that earlier
before you do that.
Okay, I'll do that later. Yes.
Okay. I go talk to Rosh.
Yes. Hello, Gwen. How are you?
Hi. Fine. You?
Fine. Are we making awkward small talk now?
You started it. I don't know.
Do you need something?
I only meant to ask you a question. Your messages that you were going to send, the warnings.
Yes.
Have you sent them?
Not yet.
Who are you going to send them to?
Well, I was thinking I'd send them to when we discussed the domino.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but I think we should just go for it. And then Uriel, And honestly, I can't really think of anyone else.
Are you really sure you want to send one to Uriel?
She does have a very large force behind her.
Why would she help us?
We helped her, didn't we?
Sort of.
I mean, can't hurt to try. I spoke with her a while back, and she seemed to remember us.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh.
I just wanted to say hi.
All right.
Is that a problem?
No, but who you speak to is your business.
I feel like there's a problem that I'm getting distinct impression that you're not happy that I spoke with her.
It's none of my business who you speak to, really. She just doesn't strike me as the sort of person you'd find yourself interested in.
I never said I was interested. I mean, she was interesting.
Oh, to be sure, she had snakes for hair, so...
We did bond over the hair thing.
Is that what you call it?
What's on my head?
No, your hair. You bonded. Did you ever actually truly speak to her? Or did you just sort of say, I like your hair, and run out of the room?
You make it sound so childish. But yes, that's for the most part what happened.
She just didn't strike me as a person you'd find trustworthy or ask for help. I just find it odd, and we've been honest with each other in the past, so I figured I'd ask.
That's fair to say. I don't know if we can trust her. I suppose it's more curiosity than anything. I felt a bit of a spark there. I pursued it. But I don't know if it's anything more than that. We, in the edict, live our life. I feel like there's someone dancing behind you, and it's very distracting. Just turn this way a bit. I don't know what hell was doing back there.
Leave help alone. They don't get to have much fun around here.
But we live our life a bit differently. I don't know. I've had romantic interests in people before. Short-lived with our lifestyle. We don't really... I don't know. It's hard to define. We find light and beauty where there is it to be found. But when that light fades, you don't mourn it.
That's very nice. I don't mean to come off as rude. And when I say it's really none of my business, I mean it. I was curious. You continue to surprise me.
I don't know how I could surprise anyone. I'm very upfront with things, I feel.
Well, I suppose as long as you're contacting her because you think she'd be a valuable ally and not just because you really like her snake hair.
I mean, that might be part of it, but that's not the only reason. I do think that she'd be beneficial to our cause if we can get her force behind us. But I don't feel any more attraction to her than I do to, well, to anyone else. I mean, to people that I've known in the past. To you.
You continue to surprise me.
Again, I don't know how. I feel I'm very upfront with things. I understand most people aren't, and it can be off-putting.
It's not the phrase I'd use. Thank you for being honest with me, and for entertaining my questions. I don't mean it to seem like I don't trust you.
I think that's fair. If you counseled me to distance myself from that, then I would. I trust your opinion implicitly. I don't necessarily trust Uriel.
I would counsel you to do what you think is best. You've never steered us wrong before. Sometimes I just like to know why.
That's fair. Well, I'll send the messages then. See what shakes out. Are you going into the city?
I might. Walk around for a bit.
This won't take long if you like company.
Certainly.
All right, then. I'll be a moment.
I'll wait.
And I will go ahead and use as many sending spells as I need to send those messages.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's go to Bolster now. What are you going to do with your leave?
Actually, I think Bolster is going to stay mainly on the ship with his time, but he may go out and get some materials if he needs them. He's going to try to make something. He's going to begin a new project. I think he wants to begin designing a new magic item. It's going to be a glove of spell storing, which is sort of a ring of spell storing if you think about it, but it's a glove because gloves are cool.
Okay, so let's review our rules for crafting.
Yes. So I pull up. Oh my goodness, there's so many sheets. It's driving me crazy. There it is. All right. So, item rarity. It is a rare item, so base creation cost is 5,000 gold. And then we roll Artificer's Efficiency, which I roll a D100.
Okay. And this D100 for the audience is pretty much to signify the different materials that Bolster will need, like whether they happen to be in the area where he is, like the scarcity, that sort of thing. So it's not reliant on his personal skill. It's just random chance whether the things at his disposal are there. So, Bolster, you rolled a
53, which means that the price is at 20%. the normal cost.
All right. So excellent. So that's going to be 1,000 gold.
Yes, and then so I guess we will roll for our progress cap. So if let's see, I will roll a just my normal, I guess, crafting like Tinker's tools. Would that work?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I will roll that, and I rolled a natural 1, which comes out to a 12.
Which is still very, very good.
Yeah.
But what is a geez Louise? So what does that mean? This roll determines like how much progress you can make per day. What's the result of a 12?
I can make 75 gold per day worth of progress.
Okay, so it's probably going to take you at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time to make this one. This is a tough project.
Okay. Excellent. So I think the next leg of your journey is 8 days, if I recall. If nothing happens along the way. So just mark off. Let's go ahead and just do the math real quick. That I gotta actually put in brackets, don't I? So it's gonna take. Let's round that up. So it will take literally 14 days.
14 days. Yep.
So it's currently 4/9. So 4/23, I think.
4/23
will be when you get that completed.
Awesome. I will keep working on it.
Oh no, I just hid my video thing. And it is not back. Here it is. Lord Almighty. Okay. All right. So let's go back to Vincent as he begins to join Elizabeth at the revelry of some kind.
The Traveler's Reveille.
Traveler's Reveille. Okay, so is it a booth or is it a table? Is it on a patio? Like, is it indoors, outdoors? Like, what kind of food is it? Is it like Tex-Mex?
Well, let's see. It is Space Florida, so I imagine it's I don't know if bungalow is the right word, but it's kind of patio seating. But like on a boardwalk, it's beachside.
Okay.
And it's
where is the sun? Is it sunset?
That is a good question. I imagine it's it's sunset at the earliest, if not later.
Okay.
And oh geez, what kind of food? You're asking me who eats burgers most days. What kind of food?
I know. Role-playing games stretch our imaginations to imagine
ways that we are not necessarily comfortable with. Let's see. Let's go with it's some kind of Thai food-ish. Not that Alex knows what Thai food is.
Sure. Okay. All right. So you're having I think she's having a pad thai right now. Perhaps you're having I think you're still in appetizers. Maybe you're having a tom kha soup or something like that. Anyway, so okay, so there are some fresh spring rolls, tom kha soups for both of you, because I think this is how it's gonna she orders everything. She orders because like Vincent, you're like, I don't know what's good, and she's like she just orders everything. She takes the menu, she knows the waiter, and takes care of everything for you. And are you what's one fancy beverage that you all have? I think to start things off, what's a fancy beverage?
I mean, I think there's You know,
If there's Red Bull in it, you did it wrong.
no, I think there's some wine. It's not $2 truck, but it's also not super expensive. It's just a nice, you know. I just tried to do quick D&D currency to USD conversion in my head, but that didn't work. Just like 5 silver bottle of wine.
Okay. Yeah. So you're enjoying a bottle of Freak Show wine, which is actually a real thing, and you should check it out because it's a good one. And they don't sponsor us, obviously.
Yeah, definitely not a sponsorship.
But a recommendation, yes. What are you talking about? She's just excited to see you. She like, you're back so soon. I didn't think I'd see you in a while.
Yes, well, you know, as I said last time, had to go off try and save the universe a bit. You know, it was exciting. Nearly died on a couple occasions, but that's more par for the course than it maybe should be.
You're messing with me.
No, I guess I didn't quite impress on you just enough last time how much my lifestyle gets a bit all over the place at times.
Vincent, you don't have to put on an act with me.
Oh, it would be so nice if this weren't an act sometimes. I mean, I love what I do. I love the people I travel with, and I think we're doing good work, but there's no denying it. It's dangerous. I would love nothing more than to be able to, you know, settle down here, just be with you every day, but I also... It wouldn't be a stretch to say that I certainly feel like I have a higher calling in life at times, and there's just some things I gotta do before I'm ready to settle down.
You think there's a higher calling than me?
Well, most of the time...
Roll a D100.
Yeah. Depending on where this goes. Whoops, I missed the last bracket. Now, what is it that we've learned? Is it 91 that opens the pit beneath her?
I think we have.
Okay, that is a 65 on our table. What is this? Oh no! But I can choose them. Okay, so...
Thank you. So up to 3 creatures you choose within 30 feet of you take 4d10 lightning damage.
Yep. So I said we're more or less at the beach. I think they're just like, I feel the magic coming on. I can kind of sense what it's going to do. I glance out at the beach and see just like 3 or so crabs walking along, just bolts of lightning come down all at once on them out of like bolts from the blue. It's a clear sky, just...
I think she is taken aback. She is here, but now she is aback.
Yep.
And she is stunned. She's like looking at you wide-eyed.
Yeah, that kind of thing happens around me.
So you've had dates before. Has Tides of Chaos ever been used for anything else?
Not on a date.
Okay,
I'm not sure what.
I
have a sense of what you're implying, and I'm
once
not
again,
sure.
there's like not any implications. I feel like I have to stress that again. I'm not implying anything. I'm just asking if she had seen anything of this before.
No, because not the last time that we had the date, because it was most of an evening. But I don't think I needed to Tides of Chaos anything then.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
Yep.
Just checking. I'm just checking. I'm just crossing the T's, dotting I's, doing due diligence. Okay. Excellent. So, all right. So you fry these crabs, and he stares at you wide-eyed. And I think everyone in the restaurant just kind of stares at you for a bit, and
I just kind of sheepishly go back to eating, because like I'm used to this, but also I'm now around people who aren't used to it for the first time in a bit. And so it's just like, eh. But also back to the higher column bit, I do kind of travel with the religious figurehead of the belief system. So there is that. Not one that I personally subscribe to, but my life is very interesting.
What was that?
The crabs are the religion that I
Jesus
travel with.
Christ in heaven. Hallowed be. Okay. I'm a child right now. The crabs? I can't. I'm trying to recover. I'm gonna actually switch scenes. I can't recover right now. I'm gonna just go to friggin' Bolster because I need a second. I need a second. So Bolster, you're working on your thing. I think like Gunner's just in there with you, just kind of like what are you working on?
I'm trying to make a pair of special gloves for Vincent. I think it'll be kind of a nice gift, you know. He's saved my butt a couple times, and I just feel like it's about time I gave him something, you know. So yeah, I'm just working on these gloves here.
Yeah, kind of like a you know, a love memento or something. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, buddy. But yeah, you know, something like that. I like making things, you know, and anytime I can just get my hands busy and keep my mind working, I think that's good, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. I mean it's whatever your deal is. I don't know everything. It's like it's fine.
Yeah.
I got no problem.
Right. Sure. Cool. That's that's fine. I don't know where to go from there. I should say I think Bolster would ask like, so what do you like working on? You like engines? You more of a robot guy, a spaceship guy? What are you into? Like, what are you interested in?
No, that's okay. I'm fine. I'm gonna go get something to eat. So you keep working on your gloves for your man friend over there, and I'll talk to you later. So,
All right. Sorry, I'm laughing at what's in chat right now. Just watching y'all's face. I can't handle it.
Are you a robot guy or a spaceship guy?
I mean, those really are the only two options available.
I disagree.
But we'll have to agree to disagree.
I think there are many shades between robot and spaceship.
No, just those two.
Oh my god.
Ryan's gonna kill us.
I am guilty. I am part of this. This is what I've allowed to be. So, send your hate mail to ryanreads@twitter.com. So this is what's going to happen next. Vincent, as you are at the actually, Travis, are you not muted? Because I can hear echoes. Echoes
I was
in
muted.
eternity.
Sorry.
Cool. So, Rush and Quinn, where are you two at the moment? I know you were talking to each other, but I don't know where you're at. Did you go to like a beach? Because there are these beaches. There's also malls and swampy inlands. Oh, you know what I should do? I should take us to the actual tile for Numora because we've been here for a minute.
Yeah, I guess the conversation didn't have to happen on the ship, so we could have been walking while we were talking about that, and then I don't know. It's up to.
I don't know.
I don't want to be on the water, but near it, seeing the water. Water's pretty. Don't want to be near it though.
Like a boardwalk.
Yes,
With
a boardwalk.
railings.
Is there a Coney Island here?
We go to Coney Island.
There is a traffic Coney Island for sure. That is orange, and I don't know enough about Coney Island to make any more jokes. So.
Like a boardwalk with roller coasters and carnival games.
Oh, absolutely. There's certainly amusement parks and things like that around. If you wanted to go there and check it out, it's very nice.
That sounds fun to walk.
In a Florida sort of way.
I'm going to Disney World. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with just walking by the beach or on a boardwalk or someplace quiet.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so excellent. So you all are talking upon the beach or some sort of like walkway that goes like above the beach. Maybe I think like there's like these shores where there's some people like swimming into these like controlled areas, like as these floating city. Oh, once again for the audience, Numora is a ocean world where on top of which there are floating cities that kind of follow the currents that travel across the surface. And the crew is now landed at one such floating city as their ship refuels. I think that you all see Rosh and Gwen. You look out onto the waters as you're kind of talking. Your conversation gets a little bit strange at times, and you see shapes beginning to emerge from the water. Slender shapes rising in the distance, silhouetted from your position currently. Vincent, you two, who are many blocks away, at another part of the island overlooking the coast, you also see several shapes beginning to rise above the waves. And Bolster, you being in the ship, you do not see this or notice these things. But shapes begin to also arise near the ship as well.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Looking closer, give me a perception check to three of you who I've mentioned.
Natural 20, 27.
I rolled low, so I'm gonna try to chaos this because it came back after that wild magic surge. Because I am just giving Ryan all the fuel he needs for this
Just
chaos state.
More tentacles.
And again, that's worse. So a perception check of 7.
Okay.
I also rolled a 7.
Okay. All right. So, Rosh, you see these shapes begin to emerge from the water with turquoise skin, scaled, tendrils off of the face as these kind of bug eyes on the side begin to lull around. There is a dark energy that begins to kind of like pool across them, as turning their eyes black as they kind of like lull around, taking in their surroundings. They are brandishing simple weapons like tridents and spears and harpoons, and these
creatures begin to emerge from the water and walking on water begin to approach the city. And in the distance, Gwen, you notice this too, even with your roll. You see a distant city just on the edge of the horizon. As a bright white light domes out suddenly on the horizon. You see that in the clouds in the sky around the city just evaporate. And it won't be for several minutes before you hear the noise. As a tremendous explosion destroys one of the floating cities of Nemora. And with the explosion, the figures begin to race towards you and everyone else on the city. So, we are going to play this a little loose, but I'm going to change the music really quickly. We'll do this. Yeah, that sounds good. So, you see, I'm going to split everyone up a little bit. This is going to be challenging, but we're going to make it happen. And give me 1 second because I'm on my laptop and everything is super slow. And we'll say, oh my god, get everybody, please. Oh my god. All right. So we shall say that Pace is going to be with Bolster on the ship, Sean. So
Okay.
If you just want to bump her like health up to full, because she's
I'll go ahead and roll the long rest for her.
And if she has like in her exhaustion, it would be gone, and all those things. Samathes is also at full health, should be. Bolster. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move Rochelle and Gwen over here. I'm gonna move Bolster, Sam, see Daisy. And it's not lining up perfectly, but that's fine. And Vincent's gonna be on his own. So we're gonna say these are all gonna be with Vincent. Vincent's got a good amount of people to mess with. And we'll say, sorry, for the audience, I am moving around a bunch of dudes.
There are a bunch of them.
All right, so okay, and then the rest we will have facing Rosh and Gwen. All right. So now everyone can roll initiative.
Question for you. I have Pace's sheep. I don't have Captain's. You want me to just run her?
Yeah. Let me give you control of Captain as well. I didn't think about that. Wow, I clicked edit so long ago, and it's like, oh gosh, I might. Wow, it's really hurting. Okay. All right, sent that off. All right, cool. So this is what I'm going to do. There's a few different enemy types here, although they all look the same because like their tokens are the same. but I'm just going to put them all. I'm going to put the big boy at 28, the medium boys at 15, and the regular boys at 10. So that's how I'm just going to do it, and I'll put them after you, Rosh, because it looks like you rolled a 10. So let's just to make things simpler. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to just roll 3 initiatives. That's what I'm going to do. So beep beep beep. And it just gave me 1. That's funny. Cool. All right. So first, we're gonna go with pace. I think what's gonna happen at the ship is that they all begin to the creatures begin to smash into the Arcturus and begin to crawl in. These kind of demonically infected creatures. And they begin to smash through the windows and crawl in. And but Pace sees them coming and can move.
Okay. I think she's going to position herself far enough away that they won't be able to get right up to her. So she can take a shot at them with her longbow.
Mm-hmm.
And you said she's in the same room as Bolster right now? Or is she...
I think she's in the cargo bay, but
Okay.
A Bolster is in the ship with her. I think he's a little bit down the hallway from her.
So I'll make the assumption she's going to move kind of flanking in the direction of where Bolster is as she is taking her shot.
Okay.
So do the first one. Are these humanoids?
I think they are. Let me open this up real quick. Yes, they are.
Okay. So I will go ahead and roll the attack.
I'm making the ones bigger than the ones that are different.
Okay.
It's not necessarily according to their size. It's just to separate them visually.
All right. Why do I have advantage?
Because they haven't acted in combat yet.
That's right. I haven't run a ranger in so long. Well, it's a 19.
Okay.
For if that hits,
It does.
10 points of piercing damage.
All right. Good
And then
hit.
she's got the wounding effect. I think that just happens.
I think it just happens and they roll a con save on their turn.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's just this. I should have made everyone's health visible, but I'm not gonna do it now because it's too late. So cool.
All right. And then Captain will swoop and make an attack. I actually don't have Captain's sheet. I can click the.
Can you not?
I can't see the sheet. I can just roll the d20 though, and you can just tell me what the modifier is if you don't want to wait to.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can try one more time.
Because it's under her tab, right?
It's under her tab. Oh, you might not be able to see it.
Yeah.
That's a problem. You can edit it, but you can't see it. So
that makes editing hard.
well, dadgummit, I just duplicated it instead of.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Okay. So I have Captain's up. And oh shit, that's not where I need to be. Alright, we'll make a pierce attack. Also with advantage. That'll be an 18 to hit for 13 piercing damage.
Yes, that'll hit. And I think you
17 piercing damage, sorry.
yeah, you destroy this thing. Excellent. So that is dead. As Captain streaks through, ghostly white in this kind of albino pterodon, as it's been affected by returning to life from the seas beyond. Captain tears through, pierces this thing straight through the chest, and rips it in half.
Cool. And then swoops away with this flyby.
Swoopy. All right, excellent. So that's going to bring us to Gwendolyn.
I'm gonna look at Rosh real quick and say, Rosh, just once, please stay behind me. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna attack one of the thingies.
Okay.
Whatever is closest to me, that's
Cool.
an evil dude. Oh no, I forgot how to do math.
Where's my book?
25.
Hit.
No, 26.
Hit.
Okay.
Still a hit.
And a 24 for the second one.
Also still a hit.
Okay.
So what's the damage?
It is. A lot. 26 total.
Okay. So yes,
For both.
you describe what it looks like when you rip one apart. Like
I have my awesome lightning sword, and I'm just gonna take it and do, because I get 2 attacks, I'll do one big slash down, and then the second one just like drive it straight through.
perfect. This kind of amphibious reptilian. It's like this, like as you see it up close, its blood kind of pours out this dark green that kind of slides down your wrists as you gut it from the inside, and you see from its gecko face as the life drains from its eyes. Excellent. So that's going to bring us to Samothes, which I guess is Bolster.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know why it took Sam's name on that, but yeah. So we're, I'm guessing, inside of the ship right now, and we have to get out of it. How far away are the dudes from the ship right now? Are they like clamoring on or something?
They are clambering on and in. Some of them have broken through the windows and have started to clamber in, which Pace dispatched one handily.
Okay. In that case, Bolster is going to immediately cast, let's see. He's going to cast Regret Resonator onto Samothes. And then... Oh, that's a bonus action. Shoot. No, never mind. He does not want to do that. He wants to use his bonus action to tell Samothes to shift into Believe. So Sam's jets fold away. He goes bipedal, and a giant glowing sword ignites in his hand. And Sam is going to rush forward and attack a critter.
Okay. Attack away, my friend.
All right. And if there is room, he would like to take the charge action.
Yes, there's at least one that he can take the charge action with.
All right. So he makes an attack. That's 13 to hit.
Is a hit.
All right. So he does 4 slashing damage plus 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right. So 9 total damage.
Correct.
Fantastic. Hold on. Let me get my piece of paper because I've messed up with these tokens. Actually, I can write down my notes here. Okay, we're good. All right, continue. So you do 9 damage on this. Cool. I'm gonna track it right here. Perfect.
Awesome. And then Bolster would probably just shoot his hydro cannon at it.
Oh, nice.
So there's 3 shots. So 26 to hit on the first. Wow, what? And then 16 to hit, and then 16 to hit. And that is...
You're muted, Ryan.
Sorry. So what's all the damage all added up for those?
All the damage is 14.
All right, I would roll a Constitution saving throw, but they are dead as these Lighten Hydras like lash out from your rifle and they snap into the creature, rending it apart as another creature falls to the onslaught of the Arcturus 8.
You
All
guys
right.
are both muted over there.
All done.
Perfect. All right, that's going to bring us to Vincent as several creatures begin to converge on you and Lisbeth.
So I would quickly turn to Elizabeth and just, can you fight?
What?
That's what I thought. Just stay back. I'll take care of this. And I'm going to, vault over whatever railing there is, run towards them a bit, mostly just making sure that I stay far enough away from Lisbeth so that she doesn't get caught in my radiant consumption, which I'm going to pop off.
All right.
So that's the thing where I go Super Saiyan, start emitting radiant damage. Anything that comes within 10 feet of me takes some damage. And if I hit things, I can convey some radiant damage.
Perfect.
And so it's half the damage rounded up.
Okay, so 4?
Yeah, so
dang.
I try and get close to a bunch of them, so they would take 4 radiant damage. I take 2 because I'm resistant.
We'll say you get to these 4 right here.
Cool. And that is my action, and I have terrible turn economy because I don't have Quicken Spell yet, but I think I can get that next level maybe.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, that is my turn this time.
All right, excellent. So I've forgot to move with their turns. I'll do them all on 10. So we'll go to Rachel. You're muted.
Yep, I just saw the thing flash up. Just one thing, are they all around us or are they clumped together moving towards us?
They're kind of like moving in a horizontal line towards the shore, like not quite shoulder to shoulder, but yeah, they're not all towards you necessarily. They seem to be heading towards any living body to with nefarious plans.
Okay, a horizontal line, that works. I'm gonna do a wall of fire in a horizontal line.
Shit, that's awesome.
Just sort of right
if
there.
It's not in a ring. How far across can I get?
I think it's 100 feet.
That's awesome.
Let me double check. I'll roll the spell.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think so. 60 foot long.
Okay, that's gonna get most of them though. That's awesome. All right, so let's see who you got here. All right, it's a dex save?
It is a dexterity saving throw.
Let's see. Are they going to be? Are you doing it right on top of them?
I'm doing it like slightly in front of them, enough where it's going to scorch them, and then they hopefully to propel them back if they choose to, if they're able to move out of the way.
Okay. All right, because I'm trying to think of like if they just like would try to dive onto the water or not around the wall of fire, or but if you did it like close enough to where they would be damaged by just existing near it, then I will roll for them. So we'll do dex saves. So I'm gonna roll just one dex save for all the little boys. 14, which seems like a fail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll one dex save for the big boy, which is a natural 1. And I'm going to roll a dex save for the... where's the other one? Oh, there it is. For the medium boy. Which is a 5. So they all fail.
Oh, that was really bad damage, but 19 fire damage.
Oh, gosh. The little boys are all very hurt. Not down yet, but very, very hurt. As this fire burns across them, they like scream, and some of them like try to like jump under the water, but they still have like these trails of magical fire that are following them as they like go underneath the waves. And the big ones seem to not be super excited about it either, but they aren't quite as in dire straits as the little boys.
And if they're, I don't know how deep the water, is this the deep end of the water? Is it like, are we coming up to shore?
There is no shore, like, because you're on these floating cities, like there's no land. So like, but I mean, there's like these like platforms of the cities themselves that extend out like artificial shores. And then there's just like this, just completely drop off.
Okay.
And these creatures that are walking towards you are like walking on top of the surface and then like kind of diving underneath.
Okay, fair. And that is all I can do this turn.
All right. So that's going to bring us to them. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to roll 9 attacks against Vincent real quick. And Vincent, since you have taken damage, that will engage their blood frenzy. So
That sounds great.
They will all have advantage.
Cool. And I don't have mage armor on.
And they get 2 attacks. So one with bite and one with a spear. So
So wait, that's 18 attacks with advantage against me?
Yep.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I can bad luck on one of them.
All right. I'm going to say that, like, not all of them get close enough to do this. Like, I think, but 5 of them do for sure. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do this 5 times, or 10 times technically. So first, we're going to do 5 bites back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, those all hit.
So I rolled 19, a natural 20, 18, 20, dirty 20, and a natural 20 again. So 2, 9. Oh, you're adding them all up. Okay.
Look at that. 2, 11, 14, 16, 24.
Okay.
Not terrible.
Okay. And here comes another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Those will also all hit.
Okay. So 6, 5, 7, 2, and 3 for the damage.
So 11, 18, 23. I'm still up.
Okay.
I'm at 3 health.
Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Yep. Come on, necrotic force that heals me. That is a 15.
I gotta pull it back up. So for the next minute, you gain 5 hit points at the start of your turns.
I just need to, live long enough to do that.
Yeah. I mean, technically, like, even if you go down, like, unless they all coup de grace you on one turn, you should be fine. But that's funny. All right, cool. So just bear in mind that.
Yeah.
We're gonna, and so that's all the little boys for Vincent. We're going to go all the little boys with Pace, Samothes, and Bolster. Here's, I'm going to take advantage off because you have not taken damage. Here come 3 bites towards Samothes. 1, 2, 3. Tell me if or you can. I got a 15 natural 20 and a 22. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 for spears. 15, 6, and 4. So probably 2 of those miss at least.
Yeah, so 2 of those
You did?
miss. 2 of those miss. Yeah, the 6 and the 4 miss.
Okay.
Everything else hits.
So go ahead and total up that damage for Samothes. So
goodness.
So that was 3, and then we're gonna do another 3 at Pace. Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's see what time is it? We're gonna go through this one round of enemies, I think, and after that we'll probably cut the session short because I know we're in the middle of things. But so 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
The natural 20 and the 18 hit.
Okay. I guess I technically should be rolling an advantage as soon as one of you hit, but I'm not going to deal with that right now.
Okay.
So, all right. So go ahead and take that damage for Pace.
Yes. Sam ends up with 4 hit points left.
Cool. All right. So that's going to be, let's see, is there one more person? All right. So there's and then, okay. And what is she going to do? And as this one kind of medium boy steps forward, she is going to smash Bolster, or attempt to, with a guiding bolt. Does a 8 hit? Nope. Okay.
What do you take me for?
Oh, man.
All right, now we're gonna go back.
Captain's gonna make one reaction attack because he can.
Awesome.
Don't know if that went up. That's a 9 to hit, so I think that misses.
Yes, it does. Okay, so we're gonna resolve the last round of the ones against Rachel and Gwendolyn, and then we will call it for tonight. So we've got 6 of them. We'll go 3 and 3. This will go for you, Gwendolyn. First is a 9. Second is a 6. The third is an 11. Those seem to all miss. Then we're gonna go with spears for them. Natural 1 and 18, which I think still misses you, right? So
AC 19.
Natural 20 for 12 piercing damage. And then for Rachel, we've got a natural 1, 15.
Nope.
And 18, which I think also misses.
Yep, misses.
Natural 1 with a spear. 9 for the spear and a 12 with the spear. So as these creatures kind of like gnawing at you, biting as you, I'm assuming you activate your armor at some point.
Yeah.
But that could have happened like well before they arrived.
Yeah. Well, I guess I didn't use my bonus action. I guess I could have done that on my turn to activate.
It's fine. So they're all like clawing at you and everything. So next is going to be one of the medium boys, and they are going to. Let's see. They try something different, maybe. Yeah, they're going to cast Mass Healing Word. Can someone read me the spell for that? And I'll see what they heal up all the little boys for.
I have that prepared, so I'll just roll it if you want me to.
That would be great.
Level 3.
All right, so 6 points back for all of them.
Yeah.
We'll say. Okay, cool. I'll deal with that later. And then we're gonna end with the final big boy, who is going to go for Gwendolyn with a blood frenzy. And
I'm gonna use my reaction to give him disadvantage.
All right. So the first one will be at disadvantage. Goes for a bite. Does a 20 hit?
Yeah.
So 10 piercing damage, and then advantage for as it stabs at you with a trident twice. A 19 for 15 piercing damage, and a 26 for 12 piercing damage. Okay. So, it is 10:02 for me, so 11:02 for our Eastern timers. We're going to stop the session here, and we'll pick this fight back up next time on Wildspace. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we hope you had a wonderful time, and we shall see you very soon. Please check in with us with Saturdays for the Survivals Complex, and it's going to be a very fun time. And yeah, fun times. I think that's about it. Check out our site at ggk.smvi.co. See all of our shows, all of our happenings ons. And you're great. And any parting words from anyone?
We're all gonna die.
Especially Vincent.
Bye.
Bye.